Another common use case is comparing two documents and figuring out the difference and then perhaps making a pitch to get the version you want. This is especially common in contract law. You see this often in services agreements and as well NDAs. While we definitely recommend you use a lawyer for final approaches, this could be a way to initially see how far off you are with the other party and save everyone some time. So I'm just going to, in this case, as is may be common in your business here in services, you may exchange mutual NDAs. So let's say a client or prospect named Acme sends you an NDA. And then let's say also you have your own version of a bidirectional NDA. You can simply ask ChatGPT to act like a business attorney barred in the state of Louisiana and call it material differences between these two mutual NDAs. And it's going to very quickly, because they're both local documents, just kind of go through step by step and compare the different sections, what material differences are. As you can see, Acme here's NDA is much more restrictive on the receiving party as a pattern. Stricter here, it's survival's indefinite. They have more liquidated damages. They have a non-solicitation, which is atypical in NDA, and even don't even allow for residuals, which is not realistic. And so there's a lot of things that I would not want to sign the Acme NDA, but of course, and as you can see, it even gives bottom line to let me know what's happening here. This is very common if you're on the service provider side. You want to be careful what kind of NDAs you sign. So it's asking me, do I want to do a red line? I'm actually going to take a different approach and see if I can come up with a very well-written letter. I'm going to ask to draft a letter to Acme explaining each item Susco would like to change, and how either one doesn't hurt Acme or two, version is more industry standard. Note the fact that there's a typo here. So Rain said a change, and note the fact that it is going to use the context and not actually use range and actually use change. So as you can see, it's a very professionally written letter with a nice introductory paragraph talking about adjustments being aligned with industry standards. And it explains point by point Acme's verbiage, Susco's verbiage, and why. One example here is, say the remedies that liquidated damages, $500K per breach are punitive and not enforceable in Louisiana law. Again, non-solicitation not being standard. So follow my instructions really well. So that's going to save me a bunch of time trying to reach alignment there. So I hope that was helpful.